Alrighty, folks, it's Tuesday, and we're about to get on to some trees and tweaking things and, you know, doing all that business.
Yeah.
This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together, we are PM Artist Studio. She went low on me. I can't do that low. I got a high little voice.
Oh, it doesn't matter as long as you're on key.
Well, I don't think that I'm ever on key. I'm not sure I didn't know that was part of the deal.
Oh, yeah. It is. I think you did fine.
Okay, well, good deal. Let's jump right in and say hello, everyone. We do have some announcement things. Okay, so remember, it's the beginning of the month. I mean, officially second day of the month. So there have already been a couple of posts over in Makers about, like, okay, so we've got the color combo thing going on. We've got the swap thing going on. You need to sign up for that if you want to do the May swap. I think she's going to do Makers Creative Collab this month. And, is Sharon here? I'm going to wait until Sharon perhaps comes in. Because I want to talk to her, because there's some things we're thinking about doing with the collab. Perhaps. But I don't want to say anything yet. Oh, because it hasn't really been decided. So it might be on Thursday that I make that announcement. But one other announcement I do want to make. Okay, so we have the collab that's going on. That's going to probably post on, I think, the 4th. So what is today? This Wednesday, Thursday. So that'll post on the 4th. So kind of keep an eye out for some possible updates as far as the Makers Creative Collab May Blooming something Arty Blooms. Blooming Arty.
Blooming Arty.
It kind of goes into what we're doing today, because P's going to take part in that, and I think, you know, obviously I will help out as well. Here's what's going to happen, because it is officially May. We're on track that I think perhaps by the end of this month, we will hit our 6,000 subscribers. I know, very exciting stuff. So, what I want to do is challenge you all. You must come back and leave a comment on every video, on every stream, from this point till we hit the 6,000 subscribers. The one video, the one stream with the most comments is the one I will pull from, as far as what the list is going to be of who. So then you want to make sure that you do each video, or at least, you know, I guess figure out right before we start saying, all right, you know, we hit the thing, you need to go make your comment on that one before I pull the names. There's a couple ways about that, you know. I'm basically telling people how to, you know,
How to comment?
Well, or how to maneuver the system if they're going to be lazy with their comments. Which is totally fine. Just letting y'all know. So that's what we're going to do. And then we have really cool, we have a Baron that will be part of the giveaway. I don't know that we're going to give away the whole magazine thing, but I think we should, like, maybe split it up, because we'll probably do more than one giveaway.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Anthony Cody sent us. And wait until y'all see that. We're not going to do that today, because I'd like to start gathering up things. Of course, there will be stencils. There's going to be stamps. There's going to be all kinds of things.
Paper
Yeah. And
I've been collecting.
maybe we even throw in some blank tissue, because that seems to be a pretty hot product.
Yeah, I'll give you some of my black. I send black with everything that I do nowadays, because I just try to get rid of it. I don't like it.
So rude. Anyway, so let's say hello to everybody. That's the announcements for what's going on and who's it, what's it. If I forgot something, somebody please tell me in the chat. But not right now, because I'm not reading the chat right now.
Yeah, wait.
Give me until I tell everybody, you know, say hello to everybody. Here we go. We've got Art Adventures by Crafty Gal. That is Yuta. Art Curious by MNW. That is Miriam. Barbara Cabrera is here from Tejas. Belinda, Betsy, Candy, and Candy. I'm so glad that you joined Facebook. Thank you. She did it just for us.
Did she?
We lured her in finally. Carrie Griffiths is here. Christy Hartman, Colleen, Dana, Debsy, Denise, Devin. That is Yolande. Devin Rex for art. That's Yolande. Diane Bell is here. Eddie makes art and his sexy legs. And you know how we know? Because he posted them in Makers. Yes, he did. It was an arty photo because it was black and white. I told him good job on that. Evie's here. Fran, Gretchen, Griffin Show. That's Rhonda, Judy, Kathy, Carrie, Cricket, hello, you are new, welcome. Lexi, oh, it's been a little bit. Lynn's here. Carrie Phillips just popped in there, I believe. Did I say Fran?
No.
Fran popped in. Okay, good. Oh, man, I'm struggling a little bit here today. All right. Lexi, Lynn, Lori. Ooh. Never wears. Do tell us who you are in the chat. I believe you were new. Pages of an Art Journal, that's Christina. Phyllis, Quirky Queens, that is Kirsten. Sherry Lewis, Silver Granny, that's Lynn. Star Travel, that's Linda. Susan. Bilu? Bill you. I feel like I'm not saying that right. Susan Dufresne's here. Tracy LeBouf. Trish Coogan and Wendy is here. And Susan Dufresne, did you just pop in? Somebody's popping in and out of there. I don't know. Alright, if I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. Simply that, you know, the little thing does its wildest things. Ellen is here. Judy, 333. Judy, what? Hi. It's been a little bit. I'm so glad you're here. Alrighty. I'm looking for the... Oh, and Angela's here. Wonderful. Okay. Oh, yes. So Anne says, peeps, we have folks from Canada and Australia wanting to trade in the June event. Now, that's the special event. That's kind of the collab, you know, swappy special thing. So, sign up and we'll get you a partner in the same country.
This is the movie part. The video.
She still doesn't. Like, every time I talk to her, I'm pretty sure that the last conversation didn't clarify things.
There's just too much.
I just can't. She's like, I'm making this thing, and whatever that fits into, great.
Yeah, and I'm not
fair enough.
I'm just like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I don't know what the rest of you are doing. I don't.
And
I don't
collage
have
prompts
to know.
post tomorrow.
Yes, and Lori, your stuff is in the mail.
It is.
I'm not just saying that, you know.
Like, just
like
to,
it really honestly is.
I put it in the mail myself. It's
oh,
tracking.
and is Xander here? I didn't hear you
no, but I'm sure. Well, hey, Terry.
Hey, Xander, your stone walls are on the way.
Yes.
And I did even use a piece of black paper to do some texture paste on because I was cleaning off my stencil. I don't know if that's going to work, but it won't hurt my feelings.
Hurt your heart.
Won't hurt my heart.
All right, let's jump in. I'm going topside.
Ah!
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Get this arty started.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I was just a little rushed today. I had some bank business that cropped up. I'll tell you what.
All right, never. I like that. I can remember that.
What is it?
Never wears is never. I like it.
Never.
And remember that.
Yeah.
Well, the beginning of the month is always a little nutty because we're like, okay, we're ending things, beginning new things. Trying to figure out which things we're going to participate in.
All right. Shall I take down my poster that I made and show it?
Oh, I definitely think so.
Okay.
Y'all brace yourselves. She got crafty. She's like, well, I wasn't just up here, you know.
Whistling Dixie.
Whistling Dixie.
All right. So here.
It's quite the big poster, too.
I'll have to do it.
Yeah,
in
sideways.
increments. Okay.
Look at her with that little collage business.
Well, I don't really care about that.
This is really like before Pinterest. This is your Pinterest board. This is your inspiration board.
Yes, it is. And I hate Pinterest.
Oh, no, you love Pinterest.
Yeah, that's the problem. I get there and I'm just going, you know, what's happening?
This is not what I came here for.
This is not. Well, what is this? Why are the goats on this page?
Oh my God! I've been here for 4 hours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's definitely a
love hate.
Love hate. Okay, so I couldn't glue this down because it had good flowers.
No, I don't believe that there is a stencil prompt for May. But Anne confirmed. Anne might handle that.
But yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I couldn't glue this one down because it had flowers from both sides that I really liked. So, remember when Carrie showed that photo of all of his little roses? And he had them artfully arranged that he was going to put on a cake, but he makes them ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, something clicked in my brain when I saw those.
See, even cake can be inspiring, like, as far as, like, the art that you make.
Oh, well, I've seen cakes that absolutely, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they're sculptural.
Well, I find my most inspiration, I love watching, like, the haute couture, and I always get real, you know, that's usually when I start talking about books, because I'm like,
Oh, yeah, and she absolutely.
Oh, that's when
yeah, you should show that.
well, you
Because
should.
that kind of goes with my flowers, too.
So, I was hanging out watching good old Susan Taylor Brown,
See the
and
back?
she was working on this thing, and I said, well, are you selling that one? And she goes, well, I don't know, how, you know, do you want it? I said, yeah, how much? And she said $65, and I said, sold. I'll take it. She's like, should I continue beading or not? And I said, no, that's fine. Because more beads meant more money.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the little jobber that was here was cracked and broken.
Yeah, there was one.
In
that got-
transit.
Oh.
That's okay. We like that open space anyway.
Well, I think that's where it went. I'm not real.
Oh, you're not sure?
I
It just
don't
ended up down in the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, that was the only thing that didn't make it. But I told Mariah, I said, this
So
is so
beautiful.
beautiful.
Hold it up in there so they can kind of really get, like,
Well, let me grab a
into the stitches and things.
piece of
I know.
cardboard here. Well, and I was the whole thing with the bank this morning. I finally found some pants I liked at a price that was, you know, not.
They denied her.
And
The bank's
we've been
suspicious of
dealing
where
with
she wants to buy her pants.
dealing with the bank. I told Mariah, I said, I'm going to go to Baltimore. I need something besides my bedroom pants to wear. Although I wear them out. You know, I don't want the people to be
Yeah.
like, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. And I'll tell you what, I don't know how many hours are on here,
I don't
but
know.
I would have charged over $100 for this for
Yeah.
sure. And I think we probably would have paid it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm handing it back to you, Mariah.
And I'm either going to turn it into a book cover, which she said was fine. She said it was square. So I knew that, but we were thinking kind of tall, you know, skinny book.
Tall, narrow.
Yeah. And then, Vicky. Yeah, Vicky Reed. I didn't want to say her last name unless I was for sure about that. Vicky Reed. We'd sent her some stuff, and she used some of it. And she may still use some of it for a video coming up. But then she sent this back to us.
Yeah,
Isn't that very
it's
sweet?
a magnet.
It's a G-clay.
And it's on tin. I
Mm-hmm.
have one of my photographs
And a little stand.
and a little stand. And look how cute it is.
Isn't that cool? This is one
Yeah.
of her mandalas. Abundance.
Cody Anthony. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a hot dang diggity.
That's so true. Hi, Agvi.
And let
She
me
says
see
yoga
this.
pants don't necessarily mean used for yoga.
Well, and bedroom pants don't necessarily
I
mean.
mean for bedroom.
Yeah.
Although I've told her that some of those, if she wants to wear them out, she either needs to wear a very long shirt or sew up the little button, you know, because they're men's. So there's a little bit of gaping in the...
Or there's some holes in the
Well, that's true.
in various areas of the. I try not to wear those out and about.
Yeah.
But y'all don't know that. And the ones that I've got on today are yeah. Oh well. Oh. Anyway. What?
Lexi says, it's true, Acme. For me, they just mean I don't have the bandwidth for jeans today. I still wear my maternity ones, and she told me, she's like, I really wish you'd just give those up. And I'm like, I really like them.
She wanted me to patch them. I said, they're getting to the point there's not anything to patch them.
And they are too big,
The
but I
holes-
like them.
Holes are meeting up.
I like them.
Well, they're certainly air conditioned. They're nice summer pants. That's what I'm going to say about mine. Mine are air conditioned. Okay, they have mints.
What?
I just remember something. Carmichael, I don't know it. When,
Is this appropriate?
not.
Go
Probably,
ahead.
Probably not.
Well, sort of clean it up if you can. If not, go ahead.
Okay, so this lady that used to clean his house before I was in the picture, she wore the tightest pants that you can possibly imagine. There was nothing left to the imagination. Every little
Yes.
dimple and And he says, I guarantee you, she has to fart down her leg to get that out. And I just always thought that was so funny. Oh. And we were sitting at a stoplight in Santa Fe with Susie was driving, his daughter. And Carmichael was in front and Aaron and I were in the back, chitting, chatting and whatnot. And this lady walked across there and he said, I guarantee you she's got a yeast infection. Susie said, Daddy, I can't believe you said this. He says, well, you don't need to be wearing garments that tight because it causes some problems. She says, how would you know something like this? He says, I know a lot more than you think I know.
Carmichael was awesome.
He was. He would just crack me up. All right. Well, anyway.
Ooh, that one goes really well with your outfit.
Doesn't it? Well, the reason I got all of these and kind of, and they're all out of the same magazine, The Veranda, this month. And it's kind of a pretentious magazine in one way. I feel like it's a little bit.
It's a little she.
Yeah, it's kind of snotty. But
not a lot of people have these types of spaces. And if they do, like, I always feel like, do people actually come over? And are they allowed on the couch? They definitely, like, when they have kids in these pictures, I'm like,
Yeah. They must house those next door.
Or there's like a whole other part of the house. And they're really much better at containment than we are.
Yeah. Yeah, and probably all of the above. Well, anyway, so I decided what I need to do is I need to approach this like cake decorating. You collect all of your little flowers, your little yada yada boo boo, and leafy things and etc. stems, and then make a composition after you've got all of them made. So, to that extent, and that's why I have all of these pictures here, because what we're looking at here is we're looking at shapes of leaves, individual leaves, but we're also looking for the overall shape of the flower. Because how I'm going to do it is I'm going to make, let's say like this flower right here, the shape of that I will cut out in one piece. Then the individual petals I will glue on, so I will have something to glue to and then put them into the floral composition.
I love it.
All right. Then in there, and really go over there and read this because there's a whole article about her. And she's Amanda Liu of Studio Mondine. But she does Ikebana. And I love that because it's sort of a meditative, spiritual thing that you do when you create the flowers. You have, earth and heaven and sky, and I'm not sure what all of the different levels are, but you can see here. And I always love that there's something hanging down in front of...
Not everything's just poking up.
Exactly, like most of these, But the reason I kept these is because I think having variety of all of these different types of flowers is going to be really, really, pardon me, important. I forgot my nettle. It was too late. I either had to, put on my makeup or do nettle. When I do nettle, I gargle and everything, and it gets stuff all over. And if I don't do
Hello,
that
Doris.
before I put my clothes on, I can't.
Welcome.
So what I've been doing is I've been saving out, and I have some papers saved that I think will work for the vase. But of course, you want to wait until all of your flowers are done because you don't know which one
You need the proper vase.
Vase will
it
work.
Yeah. Are you
Because-
putting it in a vase or a vase?
Yeah, and actually, I think the shape will be very, very important. I don't know if I want a more horizontal or a more vertical. I won't know that, and I don't like that one at all, so there won't be anything like that.
Bye, Wendy. And then Kathy says, as a florist by trade, I love this, Patricia.
Excellent. I love it too. It's like we're going to go and pick flowers in our garden.
But we don't really have to actually pick flowers.
We don't really
Save the bees.
Save the bees. That's what I tell
Aunt.
Izzy. Izzy loves picking. Oh my God, the child. And she
every walk
has
she's
since
been
she
on.
was like
Yeah.
able to get her little hand down to the
I keep telling
ground.
her, sweetie, I love them. Thank you. Would you please stop picking the flowers? But mommy.
But anyway, so I'm really, you know, this is not a definitive final list of flowers. I may have another whole thing of them, but I think this is a good start.
Oh, hey, Carrie says, and this is a lot like collaging a box. The secret to arranging florals is to have twice as many leaves as you think.
Exactly. And I mean, when you look at this one, you see that. And we're going to work on leaf backgrounds today. So,
Hello, Laura.
anyway, I have this up here on my lamp post. What did I do with my metallic? Oh, it's still up there.
Yeah, you pulled it off of the. I think there was another one on there too, but I don't know. Careful, you're shaking things.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. It's all connected.
It's on the same table.
All right. Well, that's a little wonky, but I'll fix that later. Doesn't matter.
Hello, Paula. No worries.
Okay, but now see, that's right there where I can see it and I can look at those shapes of things and look at the shapes. I need more leaves. Because Carrie's right, you do. And the one flowers that go up into this thing, there's a lot of green behind them that you don't necessarily see right away, but it's there.
But you need that for the contrast and to
because,
fill it out.
Yes, and we need that shape in order to put our little blooms on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I am, and I've already started. And then I have to tell you what else we're going to do. Okay, I started cutting these out before I remembered this is the one I put glue down on, and I was going to go ahead and gel plate over it. But, I just took this corner out because it had such interesting little whatchamacallits here. But I just started cutting them out. Well, I tried cutting them out. Mariah has this swivel, what do you call it? Swivel, and it was working.
It's like a swivel X-Acto almost.
Swivel X-Acto almost, but it's really, yeah, and it's supposed to be ergonomically, but I don't know if it's my ergonomics or
I
not.
told you, I didn't get the ergonomics either.
Yeah, I think perhaps that there might be better ones of those. Y'all, if you can address that, I would appreciate that. Then in each little packet, in order to keep track of them, Carrie, see, you have been an influence on my life. I'm going to put them in little envelopes, and it'll be great because they can't be bigger than the envelope. They need to be smaller than the envelope, actually. And I want a variety of everything. So these leaves have a turquoise hue.
Hey, Laura.
I should write hue there.
Hue.
Hue. And that is in color. It's one of those words that has other meanings also. Okay, so I've got that, and I want to do something with that, but I don't think I want to do the tree technique on this. I think I want just to do a straight. So, we'll just put that aside for now. Okay, where do I want to put that aside?
I know. Look at her organize.
Yes.
Devin says, great organizing for this ambitious project.
And it is going to be an ambitious project, and I anticipate that it's going to be, 2 or 3 weeks doing this. I don't know that, we'll do it all on stream, but I will be working on it at least for 2 or 3 weeks, because
the month of May. It will be worked on during the month of May.
Yes.
Fingers
some of this is going to work, and then some of it's not going to work, and I'm going to have to be prepared to modify my plan.
According to the fortune cookie.
According to the fortune cookie. Yes. All right.
We like to quote our sources.
We absolutely do. All right, let's pull some things off because I want to use these. I don't know. This might work.
Could be both.
Could be. Could be one of those.
And hello and welcome to everyone that is coming in. If you want to hang out in the background, that is totally fine. We love that. Do give the thumbsy upsies. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you like what you're seeing, again, thumbsy upsies.
Well, for some reason...
Yeah, some stuff's being left behind. Well, it was paint to paint.
Unbeknownst to moi. But I don't hate it. I mean, I'm not happy that it's on there, but I will just make that work. Look at that. Isn't that...
Lucy, hey. I'm happy you're here.
Is that...
Lucy Ames, yeah.
Oh, our tree. Yeah.
The tree maker.
Our tree maker. Lucy, you will be happy you tuned in today. I don't know that that's going to work for that. But, anywho, what I want... Where's my one that I did? I wanted to do a pilot.
You doing a pilot run?
I did a pilot run.
We'll see if we're going to pick up this series or not.
I'm going to blame it on Brad because he got me all flustered. He had this idea and I love it.
But now she's been thinking about that.
The floppy technique.
That's fantastic.
And this is just... And you know, if you can just visualize this as a petal.
This was done in the shadow technique is what she means by the floppy one. We didn't want to name it the floppy one.
Mariah didn't think it sounded, but it does. You see shadows and whatnot there.
Yeah.
And I think this is where I'm going with providing backgrounds, not only for petals, but I think for the greenery. And I loved it. I watched, oh, I wish I could remember her name. I just saw it. She made a book. But one of the things I'm always talking to you about is how you need to get different colors in your greens. So we're going to do a little bit of that. Because leaves don't just come in one color of green, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
They come in many. And this, I think, I'm going to use this for leaves.
Do you know that that is like one of our top seen, especially on Instagram, that poll? It was like over 1,000 something. It could even be up to 2,000 now, but that's the most viewed reel on Instagram.
It is really nice.
It is a nice poll. And that's also where I figured out people really like hearing us talk.
Oh.
So that's why I don't do the music. And also a little frustrating because, you know, around here trying to get even just a few seconds
Yeah.
of uninterrupted.
Either, you know, Mazzy announcing the zombies are attacking, or Van having a coughing attack, or the lawnmowers.
Sneezing, barking, mowing. You know, life. Kids.
Izzy cackling away. All right, let's just get with it here. So we've got this down, and this is what we have on the other side, and we're just, you know, that's one of the beauties of this whole process is you don't have to have an absolutely spot clean surface or gel plate to work with, because you kind of want some different muckety muck and this and that on there.
Nature's messy.
Nature is messy.
I got a whole lot of nature living right outside my kitchen window that there's been discussions about.
All right, well, we're going to use some apple barrel, which is about the cheapest paint you can get unless you go with
I think so.
whatever. And we're just, you know, going to add a little bit of this and that for chuckles and grins. We don't.
Shiggles and giggles.
Shiggles and jiggles. Little.
Tracy sent me some pictures of her garden for some inspo. I can't believe you already got that many flowers and things. Ours are just starting to sort of come up. We were a little late with adding the...
I know, and I told Mariah, I said, you definitely pulled up some of the perennials when you cleaned up that space in the garden. On the side garden over there.
Well, as the cleanup crew...
I was not consulted. I was doing something else, obviously. All right, you don't even have to make this, like, really...
let's see here. So, as far as a substitute for Payne's Gray, somebody's asking, you know, if you mix a little, if you have Prussian, and you mix a little, probably some other gray in with it,
well,
you can get close.
And usually Payne's Gray is,
it's kind of a bluish gray.
It's a bluish gray. So just, you know, take your gray and add some blue to it.
Or take your gray and add,
or your blue and add a little white and black, and voila, there you go.
That's how
I don't purchase that color.
I think you have some.
Well, I have just because I wanted to say I have.
It's those.
Okay, so we're going to let that dry.
So that was a little bit of the shadow technique. That was more, because if you really want it, you kind of keep going.
Yeah. Okay. This is a wonderful print, but it's probably not going to be one that's...
Oh, you did want me to come up here and video, didn't you?
Yes, I
Sorry.
did, and you didn't.
That's fine.
Too late now.
We've been trying to clean up the patio and just, you know, get the outdoors ready. And we're actually going to hang out on our very pretty patio. As long as it's pretty and doesn't just become the drop zone to, you know, garden tools and soil. And don't look at me like that. Brad, he even restained the top of the table and fixed it. So pretty. I love that print.
Kind of got a little
I think that's okay.
smushy business going on there. Okay, I'm trying to put all these up here, Mariah, so that when it's time to...
Yes.
Okay, I need to take care of that because I don't want... That could be the part of the leaf that I needed.
Ooh. Carrie's lilac tree is beginning to bloom.
Oh, I love lilacs.
It's magnificent deep maroon. Yeah, post some pictures. Hey, fill up Makers full of blooming inspiration. I'm all for it.
Yeah, and I may have Mariah do whatever it is that she does to get the picture off of there, so I can add it to my
Inspiration board.
existing wall here. Because, you know, I think the more variety that you have, the more you can actually choose from and make choices on.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like Carrie said, it's like buying bags of mulch. Always buy 3 or 4 more than what you think you really need.
I know, and even when you buy more, then you're like, oh, I should have gotten even more. I know, Brad was like, yeah, I went and got 2 more bags. I was like, jeez. I really thought I had it nailed on the number this year, but...
Yeah, it really is true. And of course, you know,
Hi, Isabel.
get too many, then you're in the same. All right. Now, the reason that we have to use, you want your trees to be dry. So I've got all of my trees over here.
What do you mean by that, P?
I mean, if you want to use the shadow technique, it's best to have a dry stencil to work from.
Yeah, when the paint's all built up and it's wet, it's not really going to give you the stuff.
These outers, I'm going to save more for dabbing in just specific areas. So keep those. Don't get rid of them. And of course, I have the pictures and I'm saving all the literature because I do want to be able to say that.
Yeah, remember which one. I know a lot of times, like, you know, with the other designs, you know, it's obviously pretty.
But I love that you named them all. And I think for, you know, different, but just, do you not just see leaf there? You know, that's one of those kind of Fibonacci
Hello,
things,
Barbara.
that the parts of the whole are present.
Oh.
The parts of the whole are present in the, yeah. Okay.
Ooh, Penka has lots of pictures. Okay, we'll post them in Makers. And if anybody says anything about it not being art, tell them that's a bunch of bullcocky nonsense, because nature is art. And we're all being inspired by the blooms. Should we hashtag it?
Absolutely.
Makers Blooming Art. Makers Bloom Art. I like that.
I'm just getting all of these out here because I know that I'm going to use them. Probably not going to use that one, but boy, do I want to. This one will be a good one for another technique that I'm going to do.
Well, you're in the right place, Cricket.
And that one also.
Bye, Niecy.
Those are the ones that have the border around them. I've got about 4 or 5 projects going here. In
that was Utah. Utah's heading out. I was like, is Niecy here?
Okay, well, we do
understand.
Yolanda
heading out too? Okay, she's heading out too. Okay.
Places to go and people to see. All right, we're going to mix up our own green here. Okay, Bloomies, you gotta go.
Hey, Sherry.
And this is the one thing that I say when you start making green,
We won't say that.
it's better to make your own green than it is to
Get it straight from the tube.
get it straight from the tube.
It will have more variation.
It will. And it just will be more, it's more like, well, you know, I mean, not to say I do like my green in the tube. And I like old Jenkins over here to squirt out every now and then.
Jenkins! Spring green.
Spring green. And just randomly, I'm grabbing a tree. And you just do this until
It does this. And making your own green from colors you are using means your greens will always match the rest of your artwork. There will be a common theme.
And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to lift paint
And when she's doing this, that she does put a fair amount of pressure down.
I do. And I turn it over every now and again to just make sure that I think I'm, you know, I want to take away so I've got a pattern there. And I'm turning it so that it's not creating a static, just one pattern. But
Yeah.
can you see?
I love it. It's veiny and very leafy,
Yes.
but made with the tree.
But made with the trees. Love it. All right, so we've got that green. Now let's go ahead and do that green again. But let's add a little bit of this, which is really, it's called transparent orange. So we've got a bit of red here.
And Colleen says it also conditions brand new stencils. Yeah, if you don't like them being, you know, ultra sticky. And builds up those layers, because one of the other interesting things, especially with this shadow technique, is it will start releasing those other layers. So you get
Kind
kind
of
of
like
that, yeah.
the long haul. And remember, you always need a little less blue than you do the yellow. I have no idea what this will be, but it definitely is going to be a different green.
Oh, that's good to know, Jamie.
What?
She says when you said Jenkins, YouTube started to buffer. I think the word's like Beetlejuice, so don't say it 3 times. Well, I've already said it. But you have to say it like right in a row.
Yeah.
I won't, you know, overly. Yeah.
And I don't even care if I haven't, but see how that new stencil
Mm-hmm.
started taking it up?
Oh, and Cricket, one of the best ones to kind of start out with, we did do a,
And this is also, you need somebody to hit you with a tube before,
yes,
because it's done.
We have a kind of a beginner's guide to like all the things that certainly are, you know, based on piece style and things of that nature.
Alrighty. About here. Oh, here's my mixing palette with the wonderful Lucas Krill mixture pulling it all up. Remember this stuff? It didn't want to come up the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas can pull it.
Lucas can pull.
Lucas can pull.
And if Lucas can't do it, Martha will. Some of y'all get that.
All right, I've got my trees. I'm just dipping it in my bourbon. I don't know that.
I think Mo and Ann would really crack up about that.
What, dipping my trees in the bourbon?
No, but Martha can pull.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now we've got a little one here, but that's all right, because sometimes you need a little something, you know. All right, so what do we want to do now? Let's get some let's do a little minty. Because there's always a bit of minty. Because remember when I showed you that there were little places? Well, that has a little bit of, I'll put a little yellow with it.
There you go. This could be the sweetest little green that you ever make.
Sweetest. And we'll put a little bit of this. Just give it a little shake, whack, whack.
So that was the Arctic, the Lucas Girl Studio Arctic, then with the Benzie yellow.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the whole thing because it's real hard.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, just leave it like that.
That is just
fabulous.
Fabuloso.
You still had some. There was a piece of Yupo still in there. Hopefully it's not on your print now, but lovely. Pinka, she wears my favorite pearl white is Martha Stewart's.
Hey, I'm telling
that
you
Martha
what,
stuff will pull.
It has grippies. It has grippies to it. All right, now let's take a little. We've already gotten the two. This is, I love this color. I wear this color because it kind of matches.
What is the color?
My eyes. It is.
Let's just call out the number. Does it have the number?
Olive green deep. 622, and it is opaque.
It is, and it's quite opaque.
It is quite opaque. All right, well, we're not happy with that because we don't want just one little thing out here. We want a bit of variety in our leaf. And we just want to make sure that, we're not just doing one plain old color here.
Lovely.
And this is cool. See, I'm getting some of the other color off that's still kind of wet, which is really not. All right. Now you have to look, you have to take every now and then and turn it upside down. Because what's happening there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going to be some good stuff, Maynard. But we're just going to carry on here. I hope this isn't horribly boring. I need to get 2 or 3 more done. And by then, those will be dry, and we can put some backing on them and get some paper down and be able to pull them on, okay,
tissue.
So I've got kind of the limey green. I've got the cool green with the white. I've got the kind of turquoisey green.
You need a purpley green.
I need a purpley green. All right, let's just try that. See if we can get a purpley green. Because a purpley green really is... I don't know if this is the right color. Purple, Mariah. Oh.
No worries, Paula. Take it easy. What you want me to do? That. Oh, goodness. That might become part of that. Yeah.
Well, I need to get it off there because it could create a problem. All right, now we're just going to go with a bit of... if I can get it out of there without knocking everything over.
Rhonda says lime and a tiny bit of dark blue.
And I'm going to do a little dark blue because I think you're absolutely right. And, come on, get back on there. Oh, you came out of there. We'll grab a little bit of this indanthrine. I'm sorry, I know that that's annoying, but whoa.
It's okay. Everybody understands. Well, most everyone.
And the other green we need to get is we need to get some with kind of orange in it. You know, the kind of where the leaves are maybe turning.
I love this. Now there's some things there that I don't love, but overall I love it.
Well, you can't really tell till I turn it over.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to consider that.
You might, I was gonna say, you might hit it one more time.
Hit it another couple.
I was kind of feeling that too.
Hit it with another couple licks.
Hit me, baby, one more time. Y'all feel me?
There we go. All right, there we go.
Ah, very nice. Anne says, is there a stencil on the brayer off sheet?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Might stick.
Bless your heart.
Good job, Anne. I knew Eddie was gonna, he would take the bait. Can't resist a good Brittany. I had a feeling.
Brand new. Dang it.
Sugar biscuits.
You know, I guess.
I know. You guys need to be safe out there.
What?
Well, poor Paula fell in the shower. Carrie fell the other day.
Mercy, Mercury in retrograde.
Mercury in retrograde.
All right, now, so we said we needed a little.
Just make sure you're sitting down when you're putting anything on and, you know, use your shower stool.
Well, I almost
another
hurt myself
week.
dragging the shower stool out of the shower because I didn't want to deal with it. This is why you take off your little hoopty-doo things.
The trinkets.
The trinkets, because this is where you end up. Mm-hmm. And that's usually why I don't even use that pop-open lid. Mm-hmm. I don't even use it on the toothpaste. It's just a pain in the butt.
I like that. I like that about you, Eddie.
But I'm telling you what, you know, now who sent me the things that set up? I took them off my paint.
Why do you do that to me?
But I
Stop
am
asking
going,
me things like that.
I am using it with my toothpaste because I would have to put it down on my thing and it would fall down in the inside of my little thing I had there.
She loves
now
it.
it's sitting right there.
She's very excited.
Perky as it can be.
She loves a perky toothpaste.
Perky toothpaste.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna be
Yeah. Francis, hey, don't anybody take a shower until Mercury says it's okay.
Oh, I love it.
Just get stinky and make art.
That's
There's
right.
a t-shirt for you.
Well, you know, I do not believe all of this bathing is necessary.
It's true. She did bathe today.
I
was very
bathe
happy.
when Mariah says, Mom, I think it's time.
It's time.
It's time. Because I do not want to wash away the essential oils that I already have on my skin. Mm-hmm. And why, you know, pay an exorbitant, oh my gosh, there's a dead gum Yupo piece that ends up on my plate. I will be so angry.
I told you there was a little one flying around here somewhere. Your brayer's making weird little chirpy noises today. Not just a squeak, it's kind of a... Hello, Patricia.
This is why I was so excited about all of these. Oh, wow.
Look at that. Yeah. You want to, because it was still a clear...
Dry. Dries this. It doesn't matter if it's got paint on it. Mm-hmm. But if it is wet, all it does is just put down more paint.
Yeah. Oh, and then I think it was Susan that said... Susan or Ann? I think it was Susan. Earlier. So this is a great technique because it both is additive and subtractive.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
I meant to read that out loud earlier.
I couldn't figure out where that was supposed to go. All right, let's check our other stuff. All righty. Now, look, you should just see this. I've just got, it's just wonderful. Wish I could pan it. All right, so now we need to decide what color are we going to pull this with. Just am thinking going with, and this is where, with this, or, oh, hang in there for just a minute. I had it. This. It's going to be low contrast, but I think maybe that might be good.
All right, Francis. Queen Elizabeth would take a bath at least twice a year, even if she didn't need one. Very progressive for her time. That was Queen Liz the First.
Ah, yes, they believed that bathing caused illness. This is just half of one, and I don't even think it's worth saying.
No.
It's negligible.
Hey, Arty Dar.
All right. Here we go. And I like this because I know this color will pull.
Eddie says they were wrong.
They were wrong. Who says this?
Eddie.
Eddie? Oh. Well, I
Although
think...
he doesn't wash his, like, he doesn't shampoo his hair except for once a month.
I do mine about every 2 weeks. Most of the time I just wet it down.
Yeah, I do a lot of, like, fluffing with the hair, but I do, like, you know, body clean needs to, you know, continue.
Oh my gosh, I've got to uncover my
Yeah, like little bird baths.
barren. Well, I'll tell you when you really figure out you don't need to bathe a lot. It's when you go camping. And you're camping by a river where the water out there is like ice. I mean, it just came off the glacier, so it seriously
ice,
is.
baby.
Yeah. I would, well, I don't know. But you know, this may just be exactly what I need.
I like it.
Some of that one where it was that color of that
Yes.
kind of limey green.
Yeah, she's looking at her
I'm
inspiration
looking
board.
at my inspiration board up there. So I'm thinking that's going to be good.
And Debsy says, you know, they may have been right. There was some crummy water going on back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, at
All
that
right.
point in time.
Yes,
It was.
at that point in time. We're going to go with this. And I know it's probably going to, I'm going to lose it in certain places there. But I think that there's enough dark green contrast that I think that this is the way to go. And you know, if it doesn't work, geez Louise, we'll just do another one.
We'll print on top of that.
Yeah, print on top of this. Whoop-de-doo.
Yes. Yes, that is right, Rhonda.
What did Rhonda say?
She says my mom's favorite was taking a PTA bath. She's not going to say what that was, but yeah. Y'all just make it up. Figure it out.
I think it's kind of like the bird
I
thing.
went with little bird bath. But yes, those are the parts. Francis Parent Teacher Association.
There you go.
Yes.
You have to be careful. They can be kind of, you know what that means, right?
I think Grandma Frances, she was a big fan of the little, you know, sink bath kind of.
Now look.
Wonderful. It looks like it's electric. It's like glowing.
All right.
Yes, that is the other.
What is it?
We can't say it.
Can't say it. The bottle get us.
Oh, something. No.
All right, now on this one, I'm going
Yes.
to turn it over so you can see it again. I'm going with this turquoise phthalo
Yes.
because I think it's going to show through those little places where it's kind of a little bit. you
Yeah, I was
know,
gonna say this one's gonna be a little iffy.
it is.
I can just.
This may be another one that we have to, because I think I really needed to do about 3 more passes with my trees. But after a while, you learn how to do that. You get the feel for it.
Yeah, Clorox is very rarely used around here. Very rarely.
Oh, I don't like the smell of it. And my eczema doesn't do well with Clorox at all. Boy, I'll tell you what, you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
That'll bring it out in a New York minute. And I'm using hammer mill simply because I want a little bit of structure. And I am going to take some of the tissue paper, because I forgot to tell you this. Okay, I told you about the X-Acto knife. I ordered, or I should say Mariah ordered for us through PM Artist Studio, 3 different kinds of self-healing boards. Because I told her the one that we have,
Well, they
It's
were
too-
freebies. It came with the little kit with
Oh.
the thing. So, I mean, you know.
okay, well, all right. Now,
We're going to do a review.
This really didn't pan out like I wanted to, but you know what? I know what to do.
You kind of, you didn't go far enough with that one.
I didn't go far enough. I didn't pull enough.
That's the lesson we're giving here.
Pull enough off of this. But if that happens, don't worry. Now what I can do, I can use, you remember I was talking about using the inside of the tree edges to come back in and do dabby dabby. Or I can just do dabby dabby with this.
A lot of dabby dabby.
Dabby dabbies. We're going to have to dabby dabby that one.
Let me tell you a little bit of dabby dabby, because today is brought to you by little songs that I, pop into my brain. And a little funny. So there's a song by CNC Music Factory called It's Getting Kind of Hectic.
That's the name of the title? Mm-hmm. It's Getting Kind of Hectic?
I don't know if that's actually the title of it, but that's in the song. But I was thoroughly convinced that it was skimmy, skimmy, skimmy dabba dabba. Y'all have songs like that?
Well, that's like those songs that children sing in church that they think that meant something else.
Well, Christy used to think Rock Me Amadeus was hot potatoes, hot potatoes. I'm like, it's like that was in the title.
Hot potatoes. All right, we're going to use that same bluish color, but we're going to go with a little bit more greeny blue. Greeny blue.
Greeny blue.
I think greeny blue is what I want to do.
And welcome to all those of you that are coming in. Please say hello in the chat. I'd love to have you say hello back, because we don't know that you're here.
Yeah. While you're just sitting there, can you turn that top shelf around and see if you can find us some colors, some chalky colors that we might use? Because this is really the time to use those.
Oh, the top,
on the top
thingy there.
Yeah, and be careful, don't tip over the...
Trying to get people to, like the stream and do all that business. Subscribe to the channel, that kind of business. Now remember, and if you guys are watching the replay, and those of you that have come in, we're going to start the giveaway.
Going to be lovely.
The big giveaway for, like, when we hit the 6,000 subscribers, you have to come back and leave comments on every video up until the point we hit the 6,000 subscribers on the stream, that has the most comments. That's the one I'm going to pick the names from to put in the wheel. I thought of this all by myself.
Check this out.
Now, do you want strictly greens?
Greens and blues. Okay, those are some good ones.
And how about some tundra?
Oh, that's kind of that brownie color?
Yeah, I think that's a good... Cause
I want you to look at this.
Ooh.
Isn't that nice?
That's lovely.
All right, now let's see here. All right, let's look at this side. This is kind of dull, so I kind of think maybe we need to kind of amp it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a little more, I don't know. I'm just feeling like those are too... Yeah, let's do that. Boy, I'm going to have to clean my brayer off.
Lynn used to think my country 'tis of V. V. Not V. That's great.
This is kind of slobbery.
Slobbery. Well, I think with because that's the transparent one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know what it is. I don't think it is.
Oh, no.
It's some cheap.
Oh, that's the cheapy stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Cheapy stuff.
It gets to be a little more runny. Hi, Sonia.
I cleaned all my little plates. And I mean, I even took them off with the acetate and, or the, what do you call this, plexiglass, and took it to the bathroom and gave it a good scrub. Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, very nice.
See, we're getting some good leafy greens here.
Very good.
Very good leafy greens. And hopefully, okay, this is interesting. All right, so we turn it over.
Well, I think this stream will be called "It's All Green."
All right, I'm going to move
Super green.
some of these things around. Oh, you know what?
That's from one of my favorite movies.
What?
If you know what that is, put it in the chat.
What is your favorite?
Super green. Hey, if you know the movie, you know the movie.
Hey,
She don't know the movie.
Oh, look.
Here's the
If you
time.
haven't used it for a long time, you really need to give it a good
whack.
Give it a good shaky, shake, because what we just
Sorry.
got, we just spooged out a whole bunch of stuff here.
Really inappropriate word to use, but okay.
Well, that can refer to a lot of things.
I suppose so.
My brother.
It's in this term, it's, for arty paint just being, yeah.
I don't know how this is for a puller. It's acting kind of weird.
It ain't easy being green.
Well, anyway, back to that lady that did the arty book thing. It used to belong to him, right?
Well, you gave me like very little information.
I'm going to go back and find
The lady
her.
with the hair. Perfect. What?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't even see her. Just saw her book, and it was quite nice. Well, I think that's certainly a different green than any we have managed to get thus far.
I like it. It's kind of a, what are the furry?
Asparagus ferns.
No. What was the furry plant? Oh, it feels so silky. It's like almost like a little lamb's ear.
Oh, that's what they are.
Silver something. No, not lamb. No, that's lamb's quarters.
Dusty Miller.
There we go. I think that's the
Dusty
one.
Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just keep grabbing because some of these things that I haven't used.
Oh, Jamie, what it?
Mariah, can you take that and hold that for me? Because I'm getting the stuff in the middle, and that's.
Would you guys like a second hint on that movie? Multi-pass. I'll give you that. Multi-pass.
We're going with Provence Sky.
Provence.
Provence.
You have to say it like that.
You do. You have to swallow the last part of it. Make it sound very.
It is, but if you rub the leaf, it actually has a greenish tint underneath it.
Well, when I lived in West Texas, we used to go and get lamb's quarters.
Well, then some were growing out in the alleyway.
Yes.
And Gigi here, P, and Carmichael.
Yeah.
Used to eat them.
Yeah.
My father was horrified.
Hey, back in the Depression, my mother didn't like them because.
They reminded her of that.
Uh-huh.
They were really quite good. I like
they're very
greens.
yummy.
I like greens of.
I like greens of all kinds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know that that's terribly, but I think that there are going to be parts of it that are salvageable. But it's interesting.
Ooh, I like that.
Amped up the blue.
It's very pretty.
Kinda, yeah. Okay. I don't hate it.
I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it. We have gone through all of our.
Now what?
Now what?
You got an hour.
Well, now that I have all this paint just all over the place and I haven't put any of it away, we're going to get rid of all the green because now we're going to go with flower colors. So now we need to be getting flower colors off of that top layer there, Mariah.
Okay.
But the thing about it is you can just, and these little containers, when they get empty, don't throw them away. They're absolutely wonderful to mix up your own custom, and I just laid my arm down in the green. Hey, this is really nice. I'm going to take this away right now.
Oh, yes.
because,
That's fantastic.
That is a good
Fantastic.
Okay.
I love it when you leave a blank white space out there for people that when you're just showing up.
Whoa. It's grabbing my...
I can't help that. You told me to look for things.
That's a good one. Boy, there's not much
No,
left
there
in
isn't.
there.
You like that one.
Pardon me, I do like that one.
Well, Why does it feel like all this stuff is basically blue and green?
I don't know.
Here's kind of a...
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's cobalt blue, but it's kind of purpley blue. All right, I'm going to have to put these aside for right now. But the thing about it is, I don't want to get rid of them because even though we used a lot of that for our foliage, we could also use it for our flowers. I'm just a little worried that some of it's going to be coming off
What do you mean?
onto,
Oh.
you know, releasing back
Yes.
onto the...
Well, that's okay.
I think maybe it will be. I don't know. And we don't have a lot of stuff left here, so... Oh, we do.
Oh, Anne says she just noticed your bracelet's wonderful.
Which one?
Which one? I think she said all. It was plural.
Thank you. My sister got this one for me.
That green one over there used to be mine.
Well, actually, it started out as mine, and I gave it to you, and then I took it back.
It's too big.
I made this one out of gel prints.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the old Bakelights.
And that's the little,
these are the
that's the
little
one that
carvings.
you showed the beads the other
I
day.
have one of those on my bead bar today. When I sit up straight, you can see it.
You should sit up straight more often.
I should. Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now, this was Brad's idea. And I thought it was bloomin' brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a background here, a low contrast background. Then we're going to put the trees down on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we want, we'll talk about buttermilk skies. Toasted marshmallow.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Buttermilk's the one that Carrie loves.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that one's not open. I've got one that
But
is open.
every time you grab that one. Every time.
Well, I've got two of them that are...
Yeah. You don't have buttermilk.
I don't.
You have toasted almond and marshmallow.
All right. Well, here we go. Antique white. Same thing.
And antique white.
It is seriously. And this is chalky.
Hi, Mary. And hey, Sherry.
And you have to be careful with these because these are really crusty.
Sherry was in for the jewelry show. She's all
She-
about that.
All about the jewelry show. Me too.
I think I've actually heard somebody else say that too,
What?
Christy. She says, you know that song by CCR, There's a Bad Moon Arising? Which, I love that song. Yes.
Yes.
She used to think that it was, there's a bathroom on the right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, beige on beige on beige.
Yes.
Did we mention beige?
Yes, did we? Perhaps we mentioned back.
Hi, Kathy.
And it's going to have a little green tint to it, or blue tint to it, because of what was
Yes.
on the brayer.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of the color of those, what are they? And I could never get them to live very long. And I noticed they're at the garden centers right now. What are those puffy flower things? I love them very much, but
Hydrangeas.
those are the ones.
And she killed those right and left.
Buy. She's like, would you please stop buying them?
I feel sorry for the flowers because it's like you're gonna die at the checkout stand. Poor little things. You know, we're just
It was
sending
not on
straight to
purpose.
hospice.
I really tried.
Straight to hospice. Our flowers.
They just, we didn't have the same kind of idea about the watering plan. And then those ones I planted in an area that got a lot of water, it was too much. They're very finicky.
Well, Dallas soil sucks.
It really does. It's
horrible.
It's either rock or clay.
And you know, it's this mucky stuff that you could actually save it and throw
You could throw pottery with it,
pottery with it.
for sure.
And we're going to leave that on there. That's
Sherry, she said everybody thought it was the bathroom on the right. That's funny. Oh, I think his buttermilk is, I think it's the apple barrel.
Oh, this? Yeah.
No, Carrie.
Oh.
His buttermilk. I think it's an apple barrel.
Or Deco Art.
Yeah, one of those.
One of those.
But he'll answer.
Yeah, he will. Okay, now I've got some more here Vanilla ice cream is very much the same thing. What we're trying to do is we're just trying to get some nice, nice backgrounds that aren't leaping out at you.
But, okay.
We want them to remain backgrounds.
Deco art.
Yes. I should have picked that up a little bit more. It's kind of, when that happens, it usually means that the emulsive property that's in there isn't.
And that's, yeah, it didn't get mixed up all the way.
It didn't get mixed up all the way.
And those do separate out. Well, and they don't get used as often, too, so they have more opportunity to separate out.
Yeah. Now, you notice on the Baron what I'm doing, I'm using the ball part, but I'm holding it down. Because even though it's doing a rock and roll here,
It's staying in place.
I'm making it stay in place. But that's forcing it down in there because the paper is a lot stiffer than, the tissue.
Yeah. You need to get down on it.
Down on it. And I don't even have my paper centered here. It's just kind of sad. Sad occurrence. There we go.
Yeah?
Lifted that bugger up. It seems like it's always on the edge where, I'm
Missing. That looks beautiful.
And it's still, even though it's not the color that it was in the thing because of what was on the brayer, what was on the yada yada, and you can see that streak of stuff back there, which is not necessarily something that I wanted to happen. Okay, we'll just put this aside. And then what we will do, I always get myself into those situations, but that's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right, we're going to use these. So I want a smaller tree like this one. This one's going to be absolutely just what I need. Right? Okay, now we want to use color.
Oh, that one right there that she just held up, that is the Feathery Eye. And that is an exclusive, so those of you that are a part of the Arty Perks, you can purchase that right
Access.
now. Otherwise, you have to wait. I think.
All
6
right.
weeks.
Now we need to talk about this because this is going to be so important. Because we're going to pull it with this. So what are we going to use? We want it to contrast. We want this tree to show up.
Oh, Kathy says that last one could be used to make Queen Anne's lace.
Good.
And your colors on that one were really, like, in that area.
That is really good.
Oh, I need to move.
idea.
Kind of sitting here all. There we go.
I'll have to use the big one and do as soon as we get them off of the.
And the Feathery Eye comes in mandala and
remember I
the
cut
side
that one
the
in
full like stencils.
Because that's kind of what Brad was talking about.
Yeah.
And then I told him, I said, the problem is when you overlap those stencils, you don't always get good contact with the corners.
You'll have like kind of white blobbed out areas.
Yeah.
Or wherever the paint is. If it's paint, then it's going to be a solid area.
It's just really hard to do that. All right. So what are we thinking about here? I'm just thinking. I want to go something kind of earthy.
Earthy? Yeah, well, tundra.
Tundra. Tundra is earthy. I'm going to put this little trinket away before it gets...
Can you grab that one so it's not stuck to the... Yeah, thank you.
Well, it's still wet, Mariah.
Well,
It
and
needs
now
to dry.
it's becoming a part of the crocodile. Okay.
Oh, it'll come off. This is made out of silicone. It'll peel off of there. No worries. All right, so I have to think about this. if I want this background to show through and do this first,
Hello, Linda.
I might need something different because I want I think I want transparent.
Yeah.
What are y'all feeling?
Yep.
And this is totally opaque.
Yeah.
This is mud.
That represents the Texas soil.
It certainly does.
It's about that color.
But here's what else I'm thinking. We're going to take the tree up for a minute. We're going to do a reverse thing here.
Okay. That was my idea on how to do what Brad was talking about doing, like over a print that's already done.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go with some quinacridone burnt orange. So we know it's transparent.
Oh, I'm sure it's probably on YouTube, y'all, about lamb chop. Mm-hmm. Rhonda's asking, do you want the tree dark or the background around it?
I want the tree dark, so I need to do what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Now, I don't... My trees are interfering with all of my fetching the paint out here.
It's hard to get it out of the forest.
Hard to do. And I just, I want to make sure that I've got enough down here that stays underneath the tree. Because sometimes, when you do this technique and you pick it up and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so anemic, it's not going to show up. Yeah? Everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And much like how she mixed the greens, this is one of the reasons you want to mix different colors in with however you're making the brown. Makes it more interesting.
Makes it more interesting, that's right. Okay, now this is where you want to get your...
Oh, Lucy would like to know, what are your tips for avoiding that anemia?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I do know some things, that you've got to have your color dark enough underneath there. You've got to have enough of it. I may have gone a little bit light here. I was trying to be...
Oh, I don't think so.
I mean light with the paint.
Oh, yes. The layer's a little thin.
The layer is going to be a little thin.
But
and
you
it
already
may pull up more than I really want it to.
One thing that is your advantage is that you already had paint on that stencil.
This is true.
So, that's something to take into consideration, especially with the Yupo. If it is a brand new stencil, it is going to attach itself, or the paint will attach itself to the stencil more, when it's brand new. As the paint builds up on there, more of the paint's going to stay back because the paint is very hard.
Doesn't stick to paint so well.
You really have to reactivate it.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we had enough down there that we're going to...
Ooh, I love that. I think it's lovely. And what I'm seeing here is... although... we can do it with sprays. Because I like kind of that, the yellowy tint that it has because of your plate.
Yeah.
I think that if we could... oh yes, hold it up into the technology. Yeah, that was a...
I think it's very nice. I don't know that it is exactly what I wanted, but I think it's coming very, very close.
And it is tricky to do that technique, to get that image from the stencil mask, whatever it is, you want the outline. Remember,
really,
she struggled with that with the carnival and was a little, remember when she got a little testy about all that? Then she redeemed herself. And it can be done.
Can be done.
It is tricky.
It's very tricky.
To rock around.
Now,
to rock around this time.
I've got a bigger stencil here, And here's the thing that you want to remember on the bigger. All right, well, maybe we should go with a portrait rather than a.
Ooh, yes.
All right, now what we're gonna do.
I would like you to leave it on the. Okay, so hold on, because I got ideas too.
I'll just have a little snort on that one.
Wait, what was your idea? Because you're laying it down there, but are you gonna?
I'm just laying it down there to see if that's the tree I want.
I love that one there. That one's too fluffy.
It's too fluffy, she says. I love having all of these different trees. I cannot tell you how much I love that.
Yeah.
Because they all have different qualities to them. Now, I'm really liking that one.
I don't remember it. I mean, I kind of know what you're talking about.
What?
Oh, that's a good one, but I still like that other one better.
Oh, I think it's the one that had purple on it.
Mm-hmm. The one at the bottom of the pile. I like that.
The reason I agree is because the branches are a little bit thicker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we need to discuss some things that can happen here. When you are putting down your stencil on top of something that's already been painted, it's really good to let that paint dry on there a good long time.
Here's my thought with this. You need to put down a pull and pull that print.
Then pull just the tree.
Then put your tree onto the print.
Okay. All right. That's actually the safest way. Now, you can get away with this.
And it can also do the thing that I wanted you to do, you know, where I was saying that it was really nice. It kind of had that yellowy hue to it. Not crazy. It actually kind of makes it... I think there's going to be more contrast in that last one you just did. Just because, you know, again, her plate, that's one of the older ones, starting to yellow a little bit. So when you see through it, it looks like it's more yellow. There's going to be more contrast there.
Yeah, can you see the yellowness of the plate on the side? It is an old plate. It's probably one of the first ones I've had, so it's like
so here,
2 years.
You know what I'm going to throw out, but it's going to be awesome. Pull that with gold. I think it's going to look pretty stellar.
Okay, I'm not going to go with hugely. I'm going to
I don't
go
think
with
you want
a little bit transparent.
Yeah, I don't think you want Powsie Wowsie gold.
Okay, so we've got that gold. Just here, I think this is the one I want because this is warm, but it's still, you know, it has a bit of body to it.
Oh yes, and if you guys haven't watched it or know that, you know, obviously with the color combo that was that's been posted, Carrie has done his video, Paula has posted in Makers, but go out and see Carrie's video. It was really great. And he used the stamps and everything. It was really cool. I like the layering of it. And it was nifty that he started out with the dark and then went to light. That was some good stuff.
I'm going to use lots of paint.
Yes.
Because, remember, I want to get I
Well,
want to get this to pull.
yes, it's metallic. It's going to dry very quickly. And she needs it thick to be able to pull that
I need to make sure that it gets in every little area, and my brayer is so screwed up.
Like I said, it was making a different noise today.
Well, it's not only that, but it's got bumpies on it. And all kinds of things, and I don't have any more paper that I've cut for that. But that's okay.
Do you need me to cut some real quick?
Nah,
Okay.
I'll just use big pieces.
Lucy's down with this idea. She likes it. Oh, yeah, you gotta watch Carrie's video. He did a Franken stencil. I think we should make that into a stencil. Now, obviously, we can't make it 12 by 12. I mean, we really could. I don't know how to ship that because that doesn't fit in any of our packaging. We're not starting 12 by 12s. Brad, he's probably down there having a little, like... We're not starting that.
No can do.
We can do it in a 9 by 12 though. I love that.
And maybe
That's so fancy.
a purple tree.
Oh, yes.
Purple tree.
Nice. And if you can ombre that tree, like, in different purples, you will keep your crown.
I need some smaller trees.
That's as small as they go. We are not catering to your crazy little plates.
Okay, fine.
Not a ton of people have your crazy little plates. See, that looks perfect. It's the size of the window.
Fine. I just love this print by itself so much. It's got texture. Can you see the texture on it?
Ooh. If you
That's some
hold it still for a second, they will.
Sheet.
There you go. Nice.
And it's also because my brayer has now
Texture.
become mealy. And then, here, look at this. See this?
Oh, yeah, you got some
You got some goo going on there.
clogging up.
Clogging up. And you don't really want that to happen because it will affect your print.
This is the nail tool. It's very handy for
Yep.
brayer cleaning.
There, see, we got that little
Brayer maintenance.
paint wart off of there.
Okay, no worries. We can, yeah, let's talk about that, Carrie.
What is it?
He's had quite a few fair requests for the Frankenstencil. See, that's what happens when you start Frankenstenciling.
Yeah. That's what happens.
That's what happens. People want it. Which is totally fine, but yes, I can help you out with that.
All right, I really didn't need to. Those weren't totally clogged up.
They
but
were
if
going
you get
to.
them ahead of time. But can you see the stuff that's starting to build up on the bar?
Mm-hmm.
See, it starts grabbing that paint. So every now and then I do take them in and give them a good scrubbing.
Yeah, design is good design.
Okay, now, this might be kind of interesting to, offset it. Bless you.
That's how I sneeze.
Yeah,
Like a proper
if
lady.
I sneezed, we'd have to realign all the cameras and lights and whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this.
The dogwood is like, it's like snowing. When you go down 78, that one little area where all the trees are, it's just in the air. It's like, it's attacking me. Definitely has.
Okay, now, I want this to be kind of,
Oh, yeah.
I want it to be a green tree
Okay.
on this background.
Okay.
That's my thought.
Put down your paint.
I want it to be lighter at the top and darker at the bottom.
And on that other one, do you still have your tissue that you did around the tree? Oh, yes. You could start kind of stacking those up. That might be kind of interesting.
Well, I need a larger plate. This is not going to...
I don't think that matters. You're not really getting what I'm saying. This is going to be more, funky. More.
Well, I don't know if I want to funkify my...
Okay.
Funkify
It was
my
a thought.
tree. What? Yeah.
Okay.
Now I lost which one I was going to do.
Well, you can do it on a separate sheet, and then you could collage it if you are feeling funky. These are thoughts and ideas.
I hate things that go in the corners. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like that.
I think that's a beautiful position.
We got a little weird stuff going on over here. I don't think it got the U-po removed from its little...
Well, remember, these were cut like that they were cut in the evening, and then that morning I cleaned them, so.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get a full, perfect cleaning. Yes, we are talking to, the Carrie's Frankenstencil.
Well, I don't know what I was worried about that. They weren't even on the dadgum plate.
Carrie says, don't take P to Funky Town.
That's right. I'm not ready to go yet. Okay. That's our plan.
Mm-hmm.
Green gold. And
You got 30 minutes.
Go ahead and do it.
Okay.
All right, so here's this green, this blue, blue that dries very rapidly.
She loves it very much.
I love it very much.
But it's like powder, just as soon as you put it on the plate. I'll see that thing. That thing is heavy duty. It's industrial. It like really is, like literally industrial.
Hey, and you can also, I did a plastic one the other day. But the only thing is, you can't leave the lid on like you do on these.
Right, you need it to push through,
Yeah,
otherwise you're going to
pops it
pop
off.
it.
Yeah.
That's how plastic works.
And I used to wrap these up, but I stopped doing that because they fit down in there actually a lot better when they have
Yeah.
the skinny part. And then the fat part sticks up right
There you
where
go.
you need it. All right, I'm going to be able to do this because I'm going to do it with open, closed.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's not really close, but...
No. Okay. Oop, that's what...
Oh, I messaged you something, by the way.
Messaged me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Something I needed to know?
Well, hopefully something we can participate in.
Oh.
Oh, we are definitely a crazy arty family.
Okie dokie. Now here I go with my mealy brayer. Mealy brayer. Now.
Oh, leave it like that.
Getting some good paper over here.
Well, yeah,
No, no, no,
I was
no.
gonna say, yeah, you didn't put your trunk where you had it before. There you go.
There
It'll
we
be
go.
all right.
It'll be all right.
It'll be all right.
It'll be all right. We want lots of paint underneath. Is why I did that. Because remember we were talking about how do you get good images underneath your stencil when you're doing that? You use a lot of paint.
Insert whatever adverb, appropriate or otherwise. Adjective, not adverb. Adjective.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, we love being here with you guys.
Dab, 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 dab. And you might even need to do 2 pulls to get it off to the point where you want it. But oh my gosh, isn't that, look at that.
Fantastic. We'll
I
look
will
at that
show-
here in a minute.
I will show you that in a minute. I need
It's very wet.
It's very wet. But this ensures that we have enough paint underneath there that I can come in with my little hoop-de-doo thing that I've got here and get it down there, and I'm going to be able to get it up then.
We try to balance out the bad grammar with enough good.
And our vocabulary.
Yes. We get we're somewhat purposefully, you know, we got to bring in a little Texan.
Well, we do after all live here.
We do.
We're not.
We're transplants, but that's all right.
We are.
We've been here long enough.
Okay, I think I can still get one more, and it's not going to be a good, I'm just basically, I'm just going to take some crack tissue that I have here.
Not the good stuff.
This isn't the good stuff, because this is really just going to get that last little bit up there that I don't want it to interfere with the lines of my tree. Right? Don't care if there's a little bit of it, but I don't want a whole lot of it.
Whoop. Now flip it back over and push on it. You gotta push. I told one of the moms when we were picking up Izzy about the balloon thing, because we were talking about possibly doing a balloon arch, but I'm not gonna do it. I always stress out about it. She gets a little bit grumpy because I make her help me.
And
She
the
thinks
whole
it's
thing
ridiculous.
is the kids just, you know, have have a blow-up machine there and provide them with balloons. That's all they need.
I know, and that's what I was
The
telling.
arch is for you and isn't for the children.
That's
I'm not
probably
being
true.
involved in it. It's very labor intensive. Number one.
But see, we could cut it up and send it home with the kids.
I say let's just send them home with some balloons.
I could do that. Maybe I could just make little balloon clusters.
There you go. If you have this urgent need to,
Blow up.
tie string around some crap. That's what I highly recommend. All right, ladies and gents. Here we are. Here we are. Let's try silver on this one. That silver's kind of... Where's old Martha? God dang it.
I gave you purple, Martha.
I know, but I got silver Martha.
Silver Martha's awesome.
No, I don't have... I lied. I have decor. I did have silver Martha.
I think
but
you used it all.
I did. Because it was like chrome, baby. Chrome.
I don't know if it was that, but she
It was
really
a
liked it.
Bumpers.
It wasn't that shiny.
I was too. It was the best. You got it in the 99-cent
It was. It was clearance.
clearance.
Clarence Martha's the best.
Absolutely. I don't really know why. Oh my gosh, look what I just did. Fortunately, oh no, I can't do that. Remember, you do not want to start off your brayer with a... Okay, I can get this off. I can do this, folks. I have some fairly clean water here. Usually somebody's yelling at me to say, pick up your brayer. This is what you... It's probably a good idea because I had a lot of gunky stuff that was going to come off here. Now I'm just kind of smushing it around.
Yeah, Judy did that. Not on purpose, Barbara.
Did what?
Judy hit some buttons. See, this is how you got blocked, Judy. It wasn't on purpose.
All right, we need to get that out of here because that was not a good thing.
Oh. It gets interesting some days in here, Mary. Oh, I love this. Because you did the gold one, and now you did the silver one. I think that's going to be real fab. And most of the paints that you have been using today are very affordable paints.
That's right.
Not the fancy stuff.
I haven't used much fancy.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, but you know.
When it was that wet, did you see it kind of skate just a little bit?
That little...
You kind of, if you've got a lot of paint out there, you want to be careful with that first little, because you can skate it. Now that was the whole thing moving.
Everybody comment on how nice Sherry's house looks. She's been working real hard on it, and none of us has commented on that.
Really?
I know.
Well, rude.
It looks fabulous, Sherry.
Rude. Yeah, anytime there's cleaning going on, there it goes.
P avoids it at all possible. I gotta start getting, surly again, and then...
I don't know what you're talking about. I just cleaned the other day. Alright, now, that's probably dry. But we're going to let it...
Sit a bit.
Fester.
Fester.
Before we pick it.
Cure.
Cure.
That's a better word.
I don't know.
Depends on how good the print is.
Some of them do look like
Some of them look like they were festering.
Somebody
needs to put something on that.
This looks like the algae has taken over the pond.
Mm-hmm. I didn't anticipate that one getting better. There wasn't enough open area.
There wasn't.
And so basically what happens is that pole layer oozes into anything and then just makes it look more smushy. I mean, you got a little there. Not much.
Well, sometimes, with the whole thing with the leaf thing, I think the subtlety of some of these will be fine.
Yeah.
You know?
And you have variation in color, so the graphic element isn't.
It's not just going to be flat.
This is called hashtag justification.
Hashtag justification. Alrighty, well, I thought it was okay.
It is.
I think we can come back in. If we don't like it, we can put the trees down, get some more veiny business going on. And what we could do is we could go ahead and just...
Eddie says he's seen pieces like this hanging in museums.
Bless your heart, Eddie. I haven't commented on your Lex yet, but I shall.
I told her.
We could just wait till we cut the leaves and then add the veining with dabbing.
I think that's probably a better thing, because otherwise you're going to probably, you know, drive yourself crazy
Well, here's the
with
thing.
where it's at.
I
And
don't.
What's it?
I'm not going for verisimilitude here.
Oh.
I'm going. You know, I want it to be organic. I want it to look more natural, but I'm not going for it. I don't necessarily have to have it look like the bouquet. I want it to look like somebody made it.
It's abstract.
Yes, I want to abstract it to a large degree.
Yeah.
So,
Can you spell that last, the
verisimilitude?
mm-hmm.
V-E-R. I don't know, I have to write it. I can't spell I can't spell in the air.
Yeah.
Remember when Izzy said that? I can't spell in the air, Gigi.
Oh, Eddie says VERISIMILI.
T-U-D-E.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That means it looks like what it is. But I was just trying to be
She's
all...
being real posh.
Yeah, poshy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, this plate has not been conditioned in a while. The way I know that is the condition of this part out here. If this is all grody and nasty looking, it's probably time to condition the plate.
Yes.
And then we won't have this business going on here, because once this starts, you realized.
Well, it's kind of like on the brayer. It all just starts to build up, you know, it builds upon it.
And pretty soon, you know, you're pulling a little piece right out here in the middle. Or...
And the rest of your plate's drying out.
I watched Seth break his plate.
I knew it was coming. I knew it.
It's like my allergies. Suffering from allergies.
Piece top 10.
Seth breaking his
Plate.
gel plate. I mean, I don't know. If somebody can find that, I think we need to post that on Makers.
He may have a problem with that. I don't know.
Well, I don't know why. As long as he's getting coverage, I wouldn't think so. These trees are starting to look super good as trees, you know?
Yes.
Like this, I think this is an acacia.
Well, you gotta look at the printouts.
Is Lucy still there? I can't do that right now. I don't have time. They're all buried here.
Okay.
Underneath multiple.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The acacia may be in the other one, the one that was more uniformly umbelliferae.
I cannot
shape.
identify trees via silhouette. I wish I was that cool.
You can't even identify them.
Oh, she says that's right. It's an acacia.
Look at me doing some tree ID.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Now, we're going to put this aside, and I am actually going to keep this.
Oh, yeah.
What?
How do you break a gel plate? Well, what happens is, if you do not condition it after some time, and this may be years and years and years.
I don't know how long he had it.
But if you let paint build up on it, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to keep using it, well, that's great. But in the meantime, what's happening is every bit of oil or anything that's in the gel plate
It's being
sucked out of it. And so it cracks. It will crack. It will break because it
becomes
longer
brittle,
is
because
jelly.
it no longer has the jelly medium there.
Yeah.
Or the glycerin, whatever it is that makes it flexible, has been...
Yes, Barbara. It's Lucy that's here in the chat. Lucy Ames. She's the designer. And these are trees she knows.
Personally.
Isn't that cool? I was thinking about that today.
I really, really like the naming of it. Well, you know how I like things with a story, too.
We love things with a story.
I really honestly do. I have stories about my beads and my necklaces too.
And she actually has, I have a file that, because she's done, like, she's written out things, and, because I was like, if you want me to carry on with this or carry about any of this, I need to know, because otherwise, like, I mean, she can tell me a little thing here or there.
Yeah, it's a box full of stuff up there somewhere.
It is.
We'll get it down sometime.
She did research and everything.
Yeah, well, I just wanted her to know, and I mean, we need to do some upgrades, because those one beads that I have, I looked at the strand. They're now up to $259 for the strand. I think I paid $99, and I thought that was ridiculous at the time, but I had to have them.
Oh, Silver Granny, she would like a tree silhouette with Spanish moss hanging down from it.
Oh. Yeah.
See, Lucy, you gotta be careful. People have suggestions here.
Yeah.
You do not have to take it up, but you know.
It's fine if you just blow it off.
But
that's what Brad does when I come to him with something. Most of the time,
it's more of
he
like,
doesn't say anything. He just turns around and walks off.
It's like, yeah, we'll think about that.
And he's not going to. All right. Well, we're just going to give this a good little rub, and I wanted to talk about the rubs. Because the rub rubs, what you're doing, two things. Well, you're conditioning your nails and your hands.
This is why a food grade, or, you know, one that you get at the pharmacy.
And you can use BABY, but, you know, I'm off of Johnson & Johnson products right now because I think this
just has feelings.
Yes. Okay. And, the thing is if you just look away, you can feel places with little bumpy things out there that you are not going to be able to see.
Thank you, Deb.
Don't forget to put a bit of oil on your sides. And sometimes I even kind of work it under there a little bit because I figure that's where it's going to get the most air. And I don't think, and it does two things. Number one, it keeps the paint off of the plexiglass. And then number two is, I think it kind of helps with that whole keeping it clean business. You're going to pull better prints. Now, if you want to get prints that have lots of grunge and whatnot on them, you've seen me do that. I mean, I purposefully leave it out there. But for the most part, when I'm doing this, I like my plate to be pulling what I want it to pull. Just, you know. I want to be able to make that distinction. If I want it to be grody, and there's grody stuff going on there, but it doesn't have to be. And see, you can see on the, we got stuff on the underneath side here. That's why I take them into the bathroom and clean both sides. Because sometimes I think that's there on the top. But it's not.
That was funny. Sorry. So, a couple of things here. Okay. So, okay, hold on. I was trying to read back where it was. What size are the masks that P has been using? I did kind of put a little bit. Most of them are 8.5 inches wide. Like, if they're the wider tree.
Yeah, because this is an 8 by 10 plate. Let me just put it down here. So, that would be an 8 by 10.
Right, but then some of them are a little bit smaller because they have a wider. See, there.
What you call it, canopy.
There we go. I was searching for that word.
Canopy. But these are just, they're so wonderful. And I don't, Mariah, how do these come? I mean, how do you buy them?
Okay, so if you watch the last stream, she'll show them like in their sets or whatever. But all of the full tree masks come with a strip as well. Because we wanted to fill up the, sheet.
This little jobber here.
Yes. So they'll come with an accompanying stripper, as any tree should.
Got mucked up.
But then there are 3 other sets, because like the Oak Grove comes, it's a mask, and it comes in like the 5 by 7, 8 by 10, and 9 by 12. She hasn't shown that today. These have all been like the tree masks.
Oh,
and all they do is come in this size. Because we didn't, shrinking them down anymore, you're going to lose the branches. There were some that are already getting a little wispy.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
Here, this is what she's talking about. See, these fit right on. If you get them down there, you can get it just exactly. I'll just go ahead. Oh, look at that.
Mm-hmm. I told you, I was in a hurry.
Quality control is falling off here. And I've got a few more little places here that I need to dig this out because I really do not.
Yeah, like them embedded in the plate.
Embedded in the plate or on my brayer. That's even worse. Because I can see them on the plate.
Yes, the quinacridone nickel azo gold is the one that's being discontinued, I believe.
And I don't know why that is. If it's just because they can't get the raw product to make it or what.
Yeah, Brad designed the feathery eye. And many others.
Yeah. I kind of lost my job as the designer. But you know, it's just as well because I just kept designing the same thing over and over again and just a little bit different.
Well, and every once in a while she puts something together with the Franken stencils, so it's not like she isn't. She makes things.
I make things.
And sometimes she says, I don't want this to be a stencil, I want this to be mine. There's that.
Oh, Pooty.
Most of the time she shares.
Pooty. Well, let's make a nice blue sky. But see, now we're having, underneath here, the tree's going to be white.
I think we could do that, Carrie.
What is it?
Doing the tree strippers all in a standalone set. Like how we do the stripper sets.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
And I think we could even make those small ones. Because it's more of the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't the wispy parts.
Right. Get a bit of variety out there. I don't know if I'm going to love this or not, but we shall see.
Oh, yes. I thought I answered her. Okay, thank you. There's a tube of golden. Yeah. I love that color. I like this color a lot. I want to wear this color. I might order one of my favorite shirts in this color. Because I think it kind of comes in this one. You know those linen shirts I like so much?
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're brayering over verisimilitude. Now we can brayer that off. I don't really know that I need to. I can brayer it off or I can grab it with some tissue. Where's my tissue?
So did you put the stencil down first?
I'm doing something a little bit different.
Yeah, you are. Okay. I'm just, you know, working through it in my brain here. A little bit out loud. You got 7 minutes.
Well, I'm sort of kind of like done.
Okay.
I just wanted to demo that because I think that
that apple
has a whole different feel to it.
It's coming across proper then. This is on my computer monitor. It looks like a mashup between periwinkle and Wedgwood blue. Yes.
Now, doesn't that look lovely?
It's very lovely.
I mean, you could even fold it in two and like have the front and the back to your...
Oh, on a journal, that would be so cute.
You know, on your winter theme journal.
Yes. Colleen?
What?
I think her and Brad are, you know, in the same
Are they
camp.
conspiring?
It feels like they might be. It's just, Mariah, did you have an announcement you needed to make before the end? Yes. I just don't know when. Mariah makes Mondays. I am going to. I think what my very first thing... Shush it. I think my first thing that I'm going to do is I want to work on the journal that Julie Torrance sent.
Because I found more papers for
and maybe
her.
this coming Monday. I'm I'm just procrastinating, really.
Hey, that's my main operating mode.
Oh, I was waiting for Sharon. Oh, see, I thought you were. Oh, is Sharon here? I need to talk with her. So it may be Thursday before I make that announcement. Because I just want to confirm with everyone before I start, you know, just...
Yeah, like me, I just announce things and we work it out later.
Screw that. Hello, Lydia.
I'm putting my paint away so that I can actually, you know, get my my big...
Oh, what's the name of that big tree? I think that, well, Lucy, you know which one that big one is? We haven't learned them quite yet. He's getting there.
I kept all the paperwork. Is this it?
I think...
Yuba oak?
No. Or is that?
Yeah,
I think that is.
I think it is. See?
There we go. Yes.
It's the Yuba oak.
And that one comes in 5x7, 8x10, and 9x12. Any of the ones that are like, you know, stencil with the little border thing around it. Because, see, it holds that stuff in place.
I really quite love this. And this could also be used for that same technique. The thing about it is what you would do is you would put it down.
Yeah.
And then you just keep moving it. But you don't want to hit the straight edge there. You want to keep your brayer out here where the branchy parts are.
Yes.
So, it could be used also. Tambien.
Tambien. Okay, so.
Well, I think we're done.
See, that's how they get you, Carla. She says everything else is on sale, not golden. Sugar biscuits. There is a Zen element to trees for sure. Alrighty, folks. So, remember, come back, leave those comments. We're starting the big 6,000 subscriber giveaway. This is your opportunity. You got to start out right.
Stuff. I've got this little tube of
oh yeah, we're finding all kinds of things, and then remember we're gonna do the
little tube of quinacridone.
Lovely, perfect. I'm sure we will rustle up some other things around here. There will be papers and stencils and stamps, and you know they're gonna be kind of IMPP things. But y'all are our crowd. You love that stuff. We know you do. You've seen the YouTubers now use the IMPPs. Half of them, you know, they're like, I don't know what's wrong with this. We just have a high standard. We really do. Like, we're not going to send, if it's supposed to be one way, then that's the way that it should be. Unless you're, you know, we're trying to market some stuff and then we send it to the YouTubers to show off. Or put it in a giveaway.
There you go.
That's how we do that.
All of the above.
So, yes, and we have the Baron from Anthony Cody.
And definitely we'll throw in some ATCs.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be all kinds of
some
stuff.
postcards, some tags.
Yes, so come back, leave those comments. The whole deal is that the largest stream of comments, that has the most comments, that's going to be the one that I pull from. So,
yeah, and I may even make a book, another one of my spiral bounds.
We should totally bind some things. Get
some
that
things.
zuttered up and whatnot.
Absolutely, and now we've got that thing over there.
We can emboss things.
We can emboss some.
She has to clean off a table. I like this idea. Because I am not setting that thing up until it can be on that table over there.
I can't do that by myself, Mariah. You know that.
I'm not capable. We'll get together. I remember, well, hopefully Izzy will have another birthday party she can go to on a Saturday. She can go with her daddy. And then you and I can, I mean, it's amazing what we can accomplish in like 4 hours without her around. Love her. But just all you know, efficiency goes out the window.
And I mean, she's like invested.
You know, exactly. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. And we will see you back here on Thursday. Bye.
Bye.